Well, I think we're almost ready to go now. Welcome to the match, everybody. I hope the stream is running alright. I will just quickly check. Yep, it's working pretty good. Just waiting for the rest of Team Rain to join and we can kick off the match. Have our match today on Clubhouse. A map that's not been played too much. Seems to be every game is on Oregon at the moment, so it's kind of refreshing to see a game of club. We do have Clown Esports defending first, so some might say they have a little bit of an advantage here, but two pretty even teams, in my opinion, on paper, so hopefully it's going to be a pretty exciting matchup. Now, looking at the league table, both teams are in pretty similar position. We have Team Rain in 7th place, Clown in 6th place, and Team Rain in 7th place. With Clown the only team out of the two to actually get points on the board in a win versus Lager, which some might say was a little bit unexpected, but, you know, congrats to them for pulling out what was actually quite a decisive victory against Lager. And Team Rain still yet to find their first victory of the season, but if you look at the fixtures they've had, they have been a little bit unfortunate with the start of the season. You know, they've had Team Bong as their first match, DNA as their second match, and Digital Chaos as their third map, all of them losses. So, you know, they've definitely taken on the hardest opponents, and it looks like everybody's ready to go. So, if I know the controls properly, I'm going to start. Here we go. Interesting to see how the bands come in here. I mean, Clubhouse would expect some kind of Thatcher, maybe Hard Breach. Yeah, there goes the Maverick. Pretty common. I mean, Maverick is one of those operators on Clubhouse who kind of just dictates how the game is played. Leave him unbanned, and he's pretty much taken probably every round. Leave him, ban him, and you force the attackers into playing the double Hard Breach combo of Thermite Hibana, and also maybe leave Thatcher open on the board. We'll see what Team Rain want to do here. Yeah, they've gone with the Monty ban, so leaving Thatcher on the board, that's not too surprising. I mean, a Maverick and a Thatcher ban just leaves the game ridiculously defender-sided. With Cade, Bandit, Mute all being able to kind of run riot there on Breach Denial, especially for defending Armory. If you have a Cade and no Thatcher, you're not going to get those hatches, or it's very unlikely at least. Mira, pretty standard ban. She's not the strongest on Clubhouse, but you know, who else are you going to ban instead? Maybe the Echo, maybe the Maestro. Mira's a pretty safe bet. And yeah, there goes the Maestro. Does leave Echo on the board. Could be pretty powerful in the hands of the right player. And here we go, round one. Gonna aim to keep an eye on the chat for anybody who would like to get involved, start a little conversation there. You can see we've already got a few viewers in here now. CCTV, the favoured site for Clown Esports here. Kind of like the setup they're going for, assuming that smoke is playing with shield. And the Jaeger-Wami combo is probably going to help out quite a lot there. No Thatcher for the attackers, despite it being left unbanned, which is a little bit puzzling, but I don't think they're going to have too much problem getting the main wall. See, they're bringing pretty much all the operators they need to deal with that. You got the Buck from below to be able to do that, Zafira as well, and they've even got the double hard breach, like we said. Fortunately, it looks like we're going to have the game sound bug first round. I'm not sure if this ends up fixing itself after a couple of rounds. Probably not going to rehost, even if it doesn't, just because who likes rehosts? Not me anyway. I love this strategy from the bandit here. I'm not sure how the attackers are going to be able to deal with that. He's covered it up. Probably won't be that effective.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Pretty standard hold here, and yeah, we talked about that shield on the smoke, although that could have been Wami's actually. Smoke still has his in pocket. I kind of like this. I've not actually seen this before. Pretty obvious what it's there to do, but see if it works for them.
Attackers drop the diffuser.
This is very puzzling without game sound, I must admit, so apologies if the quality of the casting drops a little bit because of it. Bit of a split push here, kind of like what I'm seeing, I'm not going to lie. We've still got Thermite opting to probably go for this main wall, but I think they're aware that just having that wall open isn't everything you need to do. It's definitely probably the first step in most teams' attacks, but
attackers have located a bomb.
You need somewhere else as well, ideally to pinch from. Looks like the Sledge and Buck are actually just playing this window to help out get the wall open. They're not actually pushing into master bedroom yet, but we'll see if that's their plan of action at any point in the round. Valkyrie just roaming on master side. Put up a bit of a fight there. First kill of the game comes in from the Thermite with the opening pick, not something you see every day. And he spots out that smoke shield. That's unlucky from Omega getting picked up on rafters. He really should be aware of that angle. His team should have called out that breach is open, and that's a garage control free for the attackers. I hope they can capitalise on this soon. You can see that Buck has opened that breach. Don't want another kill for Hibana coming in pretty quickly. Oh, and she has side control. This is a great play. I'm not sure she's going to know if the Wami's going to know about it. Some shots exchanged, and oh, that's a lucky kill. Bearing 9, just spray and pray at that point. Only about 20 health left on Hibana, and yeah, that's expected. Smoke picking up the last kill as he kind of retakes site, but only 2 players left alive for the defenders. If I'm going to guess the result of this round, it's going to be the attackers. And look at this, they're already set to plant as well as one of the defenders goes down off site. Smoke does manage to pick up a kill on red stairs, but is it going to be enough? I'm not convinced. Although, there's a chance here that... no, I think possibly a player in garage. Yep, garage stairs holding that angle just through the window. Nice play from Prime Infinite there. A pretty solid attack there. Not really much the defenders had to say in that round at all. A couple of good picks, you know, from the smoke late in the round, but at that point the round was almost lost. I think it was that hard breaching pair of Thermite and Hibana just getting those 2 quick picks at the beginning that really sealed the round there. I like what they're doing. They do opt to go with a slightly different strat here now, opting to go to Church, and that looks eerily like an SSG style hold. No Jaeger on the board, Castle, Valk Legion. It's not uncommon that we see Church kind of played as a roam game now. Historically, particularly old Clubhouse before the rework, but even after the rework we saw Church is just a 5-man anchor hold. That's even still a common strat now, but SSG kind of paving the way for this off-site roam. How do you change floors again? There we go. Does look like the Legion's gone upstairs, but I think that may be to do the hatches. No, looks like he is he's going for that jacuzzi wall, so I do expect a top floor roam. Valk setting up some cams in Moto. Pretty common to just have that little bit of site intel for the roamers to react to if they need to come back to site quickly. In fact, by the looks of it, I'm going to be playing pretty much everybody off site, except for maybe Echo and Ella. Shield in tunnel as well, maybe they're expecting a bit of a tunnel push. I would like to see if Team Bond can just read into this off the lineup pick and kind of counter their push accordingly. Most people tend to counter the SSG style strategy with a blue push, maybe tunnel. It's pretty hard to attack anywhere else without full roam clear. So that's the kind of two options there. It does look like they actually maybe are going for just a straight blue push here. The Ela gets spotted out. Now the important thing here for the defenders who are on site is to not be peeking aggressively. If they die, they are really running the risk of just letting the attackers flood the site. They have to play passive. They have to let their roamers do the work. And there it is. I'm not sure how the Ela did not see the Buck peeking. I'm not really sure how the Buck didn't react, but does manage to get a couple of shots off, but not enough. Yeah, that is tunnel open now, and I think Echo will be using his drones just to make sure that he isn't going to get pushed too aggressively here. As you can see, we've still had Legion. He was roaming top, but is now attempted to contest that tunnel push. And we do have Castle playing around bar as well with the hatch open to Moto. About to exchange a gunfight with Hibana here. See how he does. Oh, picks coming left, right, and centre as Sleepy gets a pick, Envy gets a pick, and Buck also gets a pick onto Omega. Oh, this Castle's in a very sticky situation here. Not sure how this is going to pay out. Hibana gets one pick. Oh, but gets traded out nicely by Castle. I think that was a Legion possibly going down first, yep. Now the last two remaining attackers are actually pushing in through tunnel. They got time if they want to send somebody to rotate or even go a double rotate, but it doesn't look like that's really in their plan yet. Oh, just slightly. Not enough time to see the head of the Valk there. I think he's aware of the positioning, but knifing the floor for some reason. Oh, that's a lovely pick onto Sleepy. He won't be happy about that. The Thermite Elamind. And there's plant opportunity here if the Zephyr can cover correctly.
Attackers activating diffuser.
Oh, what a lovely shot from the Zephyr with the LMG. Enough bullets to really carry it out. And wow, what a clutch from the two players playing tunnel. They really should not have been allowed to do that. Echo being making a little bit of a mistake there, trying to throw out his drone and deny plant, when I think really they just had to be aggressive on that player playing dirt. Maybe try retake blue a bit, but overall a really good attack actually. Impressed with that. And this is not something you see every day. 2-0 up for the attackers right at the start. And another thing you don't see every day at all is the support players, hard breachers, top fragging. In every right as well, it's not even close. You need Lil Nab is 3-0 at the moment. That's very good for the Thermite. Looks like a full site rotation here. They don't want to have a go at any of those last two. They're going to go to gym. Definitely the weaker site, but they have proven that those setups they had for CCTV and Armory were not working at all. Maybe they don't have secondary strats and they just want to have a go with their gym one. Knowing Clown, that definitely could be the case. You know, these guys, they do love their comp a lot. They definitely take it with a pinch of salt. They love to have fun. That's what I love about these guys. You know, they're all quality players and they never take things too seriously. They're always down for a laugh.
Ten seconds to insertion. 5 seconds left before insertion. Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
I will say, in the first 2 rounds of this match, they've managed to pick up as many rounds as they were able to get against DNA and against Animal in the whole match. So this is looking pretty good. They're actually also only able to get 4 rounds on DC. So if I was them, I'd be pretty excited thinking, you know, guys, I think we have an opportunity to get our first win of the season here. Just clearing ADSs on Jacuzzi. Seems like they are going to go for that Jacuzzi wall opening. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the only strategy, or not the only strategy, but it's an integral part of every strategy for attacking gym is this Jacuzzi wall. It's pretty uncommon for teams to just not attack it at all.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Bandit may be able to get that trick off. I'm not sure if he was quite quick enough there. Yep, and he does manage to get it. That's unfortunate. He won't be able to stay there for much longer as this castle barricade does get opened up, and there's the pick. Thermite opened there. I think he may have actually just been downed by the exothermic charge there, just a little mistiming. And Hibana making some crazy plays, just rushing straight through gym window. Trying to pick anyone off that he could. And two players both going for this prone. Oh, what a lovely headshot from 6 Siege mains there. Able to get Omega, who was just a little bit slow on the trigger, to pick up that kill. That's unfortunate from Hibana, not really knowing their positioning, and there's a kill through the hatch as well. Nice play from Sleepy. It does kind of look like attackers have nice sight control, but you have to remember this play from below from the mute. They do have echo drones to spot the plant. He probably does have a C4 in hand. But the man count is just dropping and dropping for these defenders, and this echo, if he's not smart, is going to get caught out. That's poor. I can't say anything else other than that. That echo really should be picking up that kill. This is an attacker win. I'm not going to say anything else about it. Let's see how this round plays out. Yeah, there it is. One last kill. An interesting attempt at a defense, but I think the aggression from Team Rain is really punishing Clown here. Seem to just be kind of expecting them to be able to just hold passive angles and get picks as they walk into them, but the reality is attackers are just walking into these angles and getting the picks the opposite direction, so well played to them. Looks like Street in chat. Big up Streety boy, only person who wants to raise his voice. Love you, bro. And we do have a full site rotate back to CCTV now. This, honestly, could be a 7-0. I would not be surprised. Apparently I've got the title wrong. Yeah, I did. I put Team Bong. Thanks, Street. I will be correcting that. Is this supposed to be Team Rain?
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
I'll be doing that after the match. I'm not sure I quite have time to do that now. But as I was saying, I would not be surprised to see this go 7-0 towards the side of Team Rain. I mean, if you think about the bans, we didn't have anything particularly attacker-sided here. We had the Maverick ban, which really should be hurting the attackers, if anything, but seems not. And can't quite remember who the other defender ban was. We had a Maestro ban? I think it was Mirror. So perhaps that Mirror ban has actually really hurt Clown here, because they were the ones to ban out Maestro. But to be honest, a good team like Clown, and I do know they are a good team, should be able to play Club without Mirror. If that was part of their strategy, they should be able to play this in a, you know, maybe even just a ranked standard way if they don't have strats, because these guys are all capable players. I think something to note here is Omega still sitting on a donut. He is usually one of their best players, and speaking to my newly acquired teammate Frey, who used to be part of Clown, said that when Omega has a good game, Clown win. And when Omega has a bad game, Clown often lose. I mean, they have great players as well. Sleepy is a notable fragger as well, but you know, taking it from an ex-teammate, sometimes it does depend on Omega. This seems a little bit better from defenders, though, I must say. A lot less time, a lot more time spent, sorry, trying to get this main garage breach open, and still at 5-5. I think if the opening pick goes away, the defenders here, they have a really great chance to win. All of this players playing very close to site. We have Valk in construction. Here's probably the first gunfight between the Valk and the yep, that's a lovely C4 from Sleepy, just as we were saying. Sleepy's also a very capable fragger. And he just drops down to site. Didn't quite see the Zofia there, but she's not quite quick enough to pick up the kill. Kill from Amin somewhere else as well. And this Zofia and the... Oh, Zofia, you should be winning that. Come on. Unlucky. Sleepy, a really nice pickup there. Now 5-3. A great play from Amin just to cover that cross. Lidnab gets a little trade back, but there goes Amin with a nice pre-fire headshot onto the thermite, leaving just the player in construction. And with these smoke canisters coming in, there's really not much he can do here. At least he has the double black ice combo. Might be able to carry him through here. Very jealous. This is definitely Clown Esports round to lose here. I would be very surprised if we saw it going any other way. Only 40 seconds left. No diffuser in hand as well. I think he missed picking it up there and narrowly misses Omega walking in catwalk. I think he's aware that this is a bit of a lost cause round here. Maybe just trying to up his KD a little bit for the round.
15 seconds remaining.
There's a 15-second mark. Again, I will apologise for the lack of game sound here, but you can only blame Ubisoft for that one. And there's Omega's first pick, so it's looking pretty hopeful for Clown now, getting their first round. If they can get this at a 3-3 split, could go either way. I think, though, I'm still going to guess that this is a Team Rain win. 3 opening rounds for attackers is huge on Clubhouse. It's kind of their map to lose now, to be honest. I mean, they should at least be able to get that gym attack one more time. It was a pretty decisive victory before, and if they can get this Arsenal attack again, then that's 5-1. And I do not expect Clown to be able to do the same thing to them, if I'm completely honest. Now going to Church again, and not opting to go with the double hard breach this time. Thinking they might want to counter this Echo with an IQ, but no, going over to the Buck. I think they might be expecting possibly a gym hold here, which is why they've gone for the Buck and not the Hibana. That Hibana would have been very useful for sight. Although, saying that, last round, using SSG style hold with hatches open, so that Hibana is not necessarily as important as it would be in a kind of anchor strat for Church. I think they are switching it up here actually. A little bit more attention paid to sight. They're playing this Cade, try and keep those hatches a bit better. In fact, I would expect that that Cade is going to be used in tunnel to stop the thermite getting such easy access there. But I mean, it's going to be dealt with pretty easy with that as a fear on the board and Sledge. A quick nade through the drone hole will clear that.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Yeah, so he's not going for tunnel. I think that's actually quite wise, to be honest. They haven't set up a Jaeger ADS. In fact, they don't even have a Jaeger on the board here to help with that that tunnel hold if they are going to go for it. So just securing the blue hatch, kitchen hatch. I think that's pretty wise. Drone's coming in blue now, so probably a similar push to it was before. Now it's worth remembering that the round last time we played Church, it was somewhat of a clutch round for the attackers Team Rain. I think they were down to a 2v4, perhaps a 2v3, and they managed to bring it back. Omega just missing some pretty vital shots there onto the Buck and gives up blue control. Not even a minute into the round. You see Valkyrie here though. Oh, that's a lovely one tap. You love to see it. Valkyrie just able to kind of retake blue before they were able to get any other bodies there. And we still have these two players pushing tunnel. I like what they're doing here, just ignoring this kind of top floor, middle floor roam completely, and just opting to push site directly. I think defenders should really be able to read into this and start rotating back towards site before the attackers can do much about it. Great plays from the Echo there, just stopping that rush before it comes in. Thermite playing super aggro with diffuser in hand. He's going for it again, and that's unlucky. He drops diffuser down, and so here comes a Sledge as well. Omega with some missed shots, but MV picks it up instead. That's a 5v2 now. Maybe the comeback is on. Maybe I spoke too soon. This is, in fact, actually a really disjointed push. I'm not sure if the attackers really planned this effectively. We had two players still on the middle floor, top floor, as the other players tried to execute. I'm not really sure what that's about. Sophia may have just missed someone playing in bar. No, I'm mistaken. That castle must have been below. Oh, the castle's actually been killed. That's why. Let's watch a meme for a bit. He's he's had a pretty decent game so far, helping his team out with some nice crossfires and some trades. And here he gets Jackal tracked. We have to be careful here because defenders are being a little bit risky, picking up some damage, but there's nice echo plays, picking up one more kill, leaving it 3v1. This is pretty much a winnable, a guaranteed win for the defenders here. But oh, I mean, gets a little bit too aggressive there. Pick on the Jackal now, 2v1, but with Echo still on the board, it's unlikely to, yeah, go in the favour of attackers. There it is. Nice play from Envy. Should have really been aware of this peak hole since his teammate did very recently die to it. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication. Or maybe the Jackal just thought he moved away after they got the first pick. You don't tend to hold bullet holes and punch holes for too long because if you know they're there, they're just not strong at all. But if you don't know they're there, that's when they can really bite you. Again, we look at the scoreboard in round 6 and we still have Libnab top fragging for Rain on the Thermite, really putting in work for his team on the hard breach. He seems to be the kind of controlling factor for these Rain pushes. When he's able to open sight, get a few picks and get in and plant, they win the routes. When he doesn't, kind of goes the other way. You also see Omega, I think, picking up 3 kills in the last 2 rounds, which is really important for Clown to start getting kills on the board. I think you would classify him as their entry fragger, or at least their second entry, if not playing that Jaeger role. I think this is a really decisive round. We're at 3-2 on the split in favour of attackers, and if this goes their way again, we're looking at 4-2, and that is a very, very steep hill to climb for Team Clown if they want to do the same, if not better, to Team Rain to guarantee a draw or a victory. If a defenders win 3-3, I think it opens the game up quite a lot actually. It's definitely possible to go 4-2 on attack if you play it really right. I mean, Team Rain may be about to do it, so why can't Clown do it too? But
5 seconds to
I would
insertion.
expect 3-3, to be honest, on the when Rain are defending. So this is quite a pivotal round, I think. Welcome all the new people in the chat. Not in the chat, sorry, in the stream. I can see quite a few people have now tuned in. Apologies again for the lack of game sound and the error in the title. I will be correcting that pretty shortly. Here's the Thatcher finally from Team Rain. I'm not sure why this hasn't been brought out already, to be honest, but I'm happy to see it's here now. No trick coming in here from the defenders. So I think this is actually a different strat now. No bandit on the board. No. Oh, there is a Cade on the board, sorry, but I think both of his electricals are actually already down and potentially taken out by those EMPs. Yep, I think actually both of them are taken out now. Or is that one? No, there's actually one on the outside construction wall, so I think they're going to aim to hold this over on cash side pretty strong. Make the attackers play this a little bit more one-dimensionally. Although saying that, Omega does come straight back to sight, giving up his position over there. Not quite sure why he's chosen to do that. Maybe just got the call from the anchors on site just saying, I need a little bit more help over here. Possibly the breach getting open triggered that falling back there. Player drops into logistics. Sleepy SMG11. Nice kill there. A little bit of a misplaced C4 there, but no matter. It's the second time Sleepy's got a kill through that hatch this game. This is a really one-dimensional push now, coming in, playing logistics and breach. Sledge, very lucky. Sorry, not Sledge Ying. Very lucky to not have her head clipped off there, but here do come the Candelas. I think that may have just bounced off the one of the defenders there. Another pick for Raisin Vinegar coming in. Pretty sure that's JoJo, otherwise known as Boggers, and there's Thermite with another pick. Who would have thought it? I'm interested to see how this execute is going to come in. And again, Libnab with a huge kill. Quoting the beast himself, Conch, a huge kill coming in. This is really looking like it could be a 4-2 split now. See how they play. Still 2 Candelas in pocket for Ying, but eats up a load of damage, and you got both players just playing construction now off-site. Great kill from Omega. That was an extremely important kill. Thermite, very risky to come off defuse there. He actually could have stuck it then, and this Ying is going to have a real hard time covering defuse here.
5 seconds remaining. Attackers are activating the diffuser.
She does manage to do it successfully though, and there's one kill onto the castle, and another from Toxilan with a triple kill for the round on the hard breach, with the plant down, with the breaching. This guy's having a huge game. 4-2 at the split. You should be scared, Clown. It's not your game. Just look at this. Look at this guy. What a beast. What a beast. I have to inquire about his availability. I heard Team Lager might be looking for an extra player. Wink wink. Well, I think one positive that Clown can bring out of that is that at least they do have 2 rounds on the board. And it looks like from their attacker lineup that they are pretty prepared to take on all the sites. They're choosing to bring the Stature. I think that's pretty smart. Got the double hard breach. Got the Zephyr, which is pretty integral on Clubhouse, and going with a Yana as well. I do like that. She is Bae. I do love Yana. I actually think she's got a lot of utility. I think she's been a little bit overlooked before she managed to enter Pro League as a strong operator, because kind of think about her gadget. It's not that strong. It's kind of just like a hologram. What's it really going to do? But then if you dive a little deeper, you see she's got a really strong gun. She's got nades, which is really strong in this meta. And she essentially has unlimited drones, which, you know, everybody who plays at a high level of play knows that the power of drones is extremely strong. Having essentially unlimited drones is really strong, and using it late round, I've seen in Pro League and in some of the kind of amateur comp matches that we all play in, is that late round Yanas can give attackers a huge amount of information that they need to execute. And I think Envy's a pretty smart player. I think he knows about that too, so if he can stay alive, I think he could be pretty influential in some clutch situations. Let's see where this Valk is playing. Looks like she might have been playing strip, maybe bar area, but going to be roaming over gym bedroom side. Both teams using that Valkyrie to do a bit of a deep roam here. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, this is exactly the same defender lineup as we saw before from Clown. So maybe they can win this round too. Let's find this Thermite of Amin. Where's he found himself? Very far away from the main breach with a minute left, but maybe he was just opening Jacuzzi wall there. Couldn't quite work out what he was doing, but it's pretty much free real estate here, the breach. I don't think they're even contesting it, to be honest. They are just playing, you know, thinking, hey guys, we can lose that breach, and we're still gonna be able to play the site pretty effectively from a setup that we have, using those shields, playing this player top red. I like the shield and construction, actually. Although it seems to have kind of been mitigated from this construction breach getting open. I think that's where we saw Amin just before he got main breach, and oh, what a kill from the Wami. Legit coming in clutch there, getting a nice kill on Sleepy. Not having his best game, Sleepy, I must say. And the Yana was actually picked up quite early in that round, so no clutch potential there. Unlucky. Nades off the board as well. Would have been very useful to have for these shields. Do have Sophia still with all of her impacts left, but 3 against 5 would have to be a pretty nice play from the attackers to pull this back. Seems like quite a lot of solo play here as well. You look at the difference in position of all of them, but as I say that, Omega and Boggers both pick up kills in their respective areas and bring it back to a 3-3. Maybe that was the play, playing a bit split up, confusing the defenders on their positioning. Now, with Habana off the board and Thermite using both his breaches, they do have... This is about the limit of the breach that they're going to have open, but nice kill from Red there. Picking up Omega. Unfortunate for him. No more impacts. Those shields are staying up.
15 seconds left.
Oh,
Attackers have dropped the
unfortunate
bomb
for
diffuser.
Boggers there, just missing.
10 seconds to go.
Just missing the one player there. The smoke player, sorry. And oh, wished a few shots there, unlucky, but I think that round was lost already. I mean, getting picked up by Prime Infinite somewhere else on the map as well, probably Red Stairs. Round for the attack for the defenders, and this is what we expect from Clubhouse. You know, CCTV first is pretty much common. Some people go church first, but CCTV is the main pick, and you're expected to win it first time, pretty comfortably. And that's exactly what Team Rain have just done. Completely opposite to how Clown played it. They really seem to struggle on defense, and I think that is going to really hurt them this match. Again, might be looking at an SSG hold, but that Legion does get swapped for a Jaeger, so that makes me second guess this SSG style hold. Probably going to be a bit more of an anchor strat, if I'm honest, especially with that Cade in play. Probably for hatches, not going to play with them open, as some teams do.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused
Pretty
by
similar
attackers.
lineup from Clown as well, except from that Yana swapped over to a Nomad. I think Envy maybe just wanted to go for a little fancy pick there, see what it could do for them, and as he found, it really didn't do much at all. I think bringing a bit of extra utility on the Nomad, especially for this bomb site, will really help them. Now this is interesting. A castle barricade on blue door, and all of blue wall reinforced. I like it. I must say, I'm a big fan of kind of off strategies. I like what they're doing here. Mute jammer to protect that castle as well.
Insertion.
Pretty wise.
5 seconds remaining.
If I'm completely
Attackers are
honest,
moving out to locate a
I
bomb
think
and
that
defuse
if the attackers choose to attack blue, that is going to throw them off a lot. I mean, when you attack blue, you're expecting a fight. Someone's holding blue, but you're never really expecting that you're going to need a hard breacher. Once you do have blue control, you kind of expect that blue church wall to be open. Maybe the blue to Arsenal walls can sometimes be double reinforced. That's pretty common. But yeah, I'm surprised at that. I don't think that is going to throw off attackers, but I think there's a roam clear coming in here. Not very stupid at all. I think that's a good play, just to make sure that they're not going to get flanked. But if I'm not mistaken, yeah, looks like every player is on site. This really is an off setup, playing with a rotate here by what I would call gold. Close to main stairs. Not sure if that hatch was deliberately opened or not, but if not, it's open now. Yeah, a lot of time wasted now as well. I must say this is a good efficiency from attackers. I'm pretty sure they've fully cleared top. They know that all the defenders are just playing on site, and they still have at least half the round left. Using these nice vertical angles as well, trying to counter those rotates that have been made by defenders. I mean, that is the big problem with this this gold rotate. Let me just show you it one more time. This rotate just here, it's very strong if the attackers are just going to push one-dimensionally, but when you have this vertical play, you can see here Amin just sort it, not the castle, sorry, the Legion. It does work pretty nicely. But as I say that, kills go the side of Team Rain. Oh, that's silly. Shouldn't be doing that, and I think you know it. Come on, legit, don't be too aggressive. Not too much of a problem though, as they did just get 2 picks, so back into a 3v4 now for the attackers. Not looking good, I must say. We do still have one breacher left, which will be important late round if they want to execute properly onto site, but with this gold rotate, I mean, they're susceptible to a rush here if they're not going to hold it properly. It does look like they've fallen off it from this drone work coming in from Envy, and if he can relay that information back properly, then they could definitely capitalise on this. I think that's what he's planning to do, actually. Let's just see his thought process here. I think he is going to go for it. Yeah, straight into the rotate, and oh, unlucky, that Mozzie, just pretty lucky there picking up the kill just as he comes in. That's one more for Prime as well onto Amin, and I think we're looking at match point here, boys. One for the KD for Omega, but nothing much else to be said there. really nice defense. That setup really threw off the attackers. I think they spent a lot of the round top clearing. I'm not gonna discredit that. That's smart play. You do need to know that the map is clear before you want to execute on site. But it was just a case of when they did get to site, they didn't really have enough time to figure out the setup and come up with a plan of action. You saw each player kind of trying to make an individual play. You saw the Nomad running through that gold rotate, and a little bit unfortunate to win the gunfight onto Mozzie. It was a little 1v1, no crossfires or anything, but I don't know. I think they just got a bit stumped by the setup. They are going to go to gym bedroom now. Would be crazy times if they went to bar. I don't think I've actually seen bar at all ever in ranked, in amateur comp, in pro league, in anything. I just think that's potentially the worst site in the game. You don't touch that site. (11-2) for Toxic Libnab. This is impressive. If I'm not mistaken, Libnab is their captain, possibly IGL as well. So credit to him, really carrying a lot of the work. I mean, often you see IGLs kind of not topping the scoreboard. They've got a lot of other things to think about other than just kills. So I often see IGLs being the flex players, the support players, rather than the entries. But not today. Libnab's just doing everything for his team. But not to discredit the rest of them, you know. Good amount of kills for them, but I think Libnab's really been putting these rounds together for them. With some really smart plays. I mean, that Thermite plays were incredible, I must say. Basically doing everything for the attackers, while his teammates just held flanks, held some crossfires, and just let him kind of run in and kill people. Now, at this point, in my opinion, this is about round difference now. I think Clown know that they're not going to win this. It's about just getting a few more rounds on the board before they do lose. That was a really nice trick, actually. Kind of didn't really talk about that as it happened, but Capital Bolt did come in, but Bandit was like, fuck it, I'm just going to tank it anyway and make him lose a thermite charge. So they are one down now. And Sleepy, the only one with any kind of hard breach left. Wonder what he'll be doing with this. Wouldn't be surprised if it was bathroom wall or perhaps even construction, to be honest. But this Bandit, that is great plays. That's unlucky for Sleepy. I think if he was a little bit sooner, he actually might have got away with that. But the Bandit just thought, hey, I kind of did my job. Why don't I just put these down here? And it worked out pretty nicely. And actually, now that he's realised that it's working, he's going, fuck it, I'm just going to full trick. Thatcher wasting an EMP there. It's unfortunate. Sleepy did get a pretty nice kill onto the castle, peeking from site door. That is Libnab as well, so it's looking a little bit hopeful. Omega has been picked off somewhere else on the map. I must say, since those first 3 rounds, Omega has really been putting his shift in. Congrats to him. 5 rounds, 7 kills. Pretty good, but just not quite enough. Ooh. Now, I am not wise enough in the Siege arts to know if this is going to be able to crouch through. Well, knowing Siege now, it definitely isn't with that little Hibana glitch coming in. That's just unlucky. I'm not sure there's any way that he can get through there. Sleepy, I think he's going to be really frustrated by that. I've played with Sleepy quite a lot, and he is someone who can get frustrated easily. But a great player, I must say. When he is on form, he plays great. Nice pick from the Thatcher there onto 6 siege mains. It's unlucky there. And Capital just swinging into sight, picking up the Bandit with a goo mine in foot. Picks up another one onto the bathroom player, and this is completely turned around for the attackers. The Jaeger, the last man on, and Sleepy picking up the last kill. I'm not sure how they even managed to pull that execute off. They kind of just stormed sight and got the picks. Nice play. Nice play. And like I said, I think this is now just about getting rounds on the board Rain do get to go back to the two favoured sites on this, which arguably they won very comfortably, especially their church. Their church hold, which they will get to go to next round, unless they win this round. So, I don't know, 7-3, 7-4 is probably going to be the result here, but well played for Clown for sticking in it. You know, 3-0 down at the start, and to still have the mindset to say, hey guys, we might lose this, but let's give them a fight. Let's get some rounds on the board, and they're definitely doing it.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
I must say the difference maker I do think here is Libnam. If you look at the way that these teams are set up, I don't know them particularly well, but it looks like Six Siege Mains and Being Legit are their kind of entry players. Maybe this random player here, whatever his name is also kind of their flex, maybe entry. They're all dropping about 7 kills, and if we look over to Clown, their entry is pretty much the same. And if we look at the support players, you have Amin's not regularly part of their roster, a bit of a sub player, but you don't expect him to get kills. I'm not saying he's playing badly, you know. 3 assists, two kills, doing his breaching, trying to get his plants down, that's good, but Libnab, he's just won this game, I think, for them. You know, the Thermite player should not be on 11 kills. No matter how big the stomping is, the Thermite smoke main should not be on 11 kills. Again, bit of free real estate here. I don't think they're even attempting to deny plant hit. No, doesn't look like they are with this setup. I think not just the players on Team Rain here making the difference here, but it does look like perhaps the strategy here. They seem a little bit more prepared for Clubhouse. You know, I do think that is deliberate. They're not bringing any breach to null, and that's not a mistake. That's definitely part of their strategy here. And then if you look at their bottom floor defense as well, we had a really similar thing there that was a really confusing strategy from our eyes, but obviously not for them. They know exactly how that strategy is supposed to work. Yeah, looks like they're preparing for the split push here. Both Envy and Boggers coming over to master side to clear. See where Six Siege Mains is. Hello, mother.
Hello.
Okay, good night. Yeah.
What are you all doing?
Huh?
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm alright. Apologies for that, mate. My mother walked in. And just as we were off stream there, looks like Six Siege Mains did get picked off there. I think he would have been solo roaming somewhere there, so that's some nice flank watch, I think. Oh, and another nice pick from Boggers to pick up Libnam. Like what he's doing there. But the trade comes back in from the Walmite.
Diffuser has been dropped.
Not sure what was quite going there. Sleepy picking up another kill. Could actually be going in the way of Clown here if they do manage to turn this around properly. Amin with another kill, looking at a 4v1 now. Really bringing it back. Plant going down.
Activating the bomb diffuser.
See where this last player is. He's on the big flank with the Legion. Not sure if anybody's aware of this, but they definitely are now. Picks up 1 kill onto Thatcher. He knows he doesn't have time to rotate. Thought about it for a second, but remembered, hey, wait a minute, plant's down. I don't have time for that. 1 player playing red, 1 player playing in sight. This is unlikely to really go any other way. Does pick up 1, and 13 seconds left, House, so I'd be surprised if he can get this. It's possible. 2 seconds, 1 second, 0 seconds. Yeah, he's even missed a diffuser. That's quite unfortunate. Even if he did stick it, it's not going to happen. Unlucky there. Nice round from Clown. They are actually bringing it back, so if I'm not mistaken here, we're actually looking at a 2-2 split so far. So that 4-2 split that was done to them on their defense could be being replicated here. Looking at a draw maybe, but we'll see. This is the round that I'm really looking forward to, actually. We're going to see if they're going to replicate that church strategy that they had before, which looked very, very uncommon to me anyway. And it also worked wonders for them, so if they pull out that same strategy again, I don't think Clan will be able to deal with it. I must say, though, even just to get this far for Clown is really impressive. You know, looking at 3-0 down at the start, I really thought this could be a 7-0. But yeah, fairs to them to bring it back as far as they have.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
I should have got my mum to come in and co-cast with me. Let everybody meet her. I think this is going to be actually an identical setup here. We see that same castle barricade coming in, and by the looks of it, probably these same blue reinforcements from the Jaeger and castle as well. Don't see that gold rotate at the moment, but they may have actually removed that after MV on the Nomad tried to make that play by Russing Church. Maybe they were aware that actually they were pretty lucky not to lose the Mozzie in that gunfight and lose control of Church, so maybe we'll just leave this soft this time. All 3 hatches reinforced. Yeah, this is an anchor strat just as before. Now, I wonder if... Oh, looks like Pockets may have just been AFK for the first 25 seconds of the round there, just sitting on drone in spawn. No worries though. It's Clubhouse, you don't need time. It's not a time scarce map. It's not like you have to roam clear the whole map or anything. That is what they will do though. And that looks cleared pretty effectively, pretty quickly. Just finishing up this T3 drone clear. And yeah, I think they're thinking, hey guys, it's clear. Let's plan our execute. They're probably doing the same stuff again. Seem to be kind of just face checking stuff here though, around T2. Maybe just thinking, you know what, even if we lose a player up here, we're probably going to be able to get the trade. They have just made that gold rotate, that mute. And there goes Moto Hatch as well. And this is nice play from Omega, adapting to that rotate. I think he might just play this angle now, actually, from Freezer looking down there. Just completely cut off that rotate, to be honest. And I've not seen this before, using a drone through the vertical blade to try and scope out some attackers. That's actually pretty smart. Might steal that. Although, saying that, if he was not on his drone and he was using his eyes, that would have been a kill there, not a spot, so a little bit confusing. Being legit, picking up a nice C4 kill onto MV there. Not sure where that was, looks like main stairs maybe. It's a good place. I think that's actually the crux of this strategy, isn't it? Is aggressively hold main stairs. They're not reinforcing any of that triple on Church Wall, and they're just opting to play with this rotate close to gold, and 2 players very aggressively holding the bottom of main. The 3 reinforcements on Church Wall facing blue really help that, because it just allows these players to kind of fall back a little bit into Church and then aggressively push main, and then fall back into Church and then aggressively push main, and keeps the attackers kind of second guessing there. Well, that's unlucky. Not quite sure how that kill came in there. Somehow, Envy has just found his way into sight.
15 seconds remaining.
2 great picks there. And Amin now dropping sight. Does he have diffuser? No, it looks like Libna have it. And Omega picking up one offside. 4v1 now. This is really great players.
Bomb has been located. Attackers are activating the diffuser.
And one more for Omega. Clown have just thought, guys, I don't want to lose this. Let's fucking turn it on. And now we're looking at draw point. I don't know if that's what it's even called, but match point. The last match point, let's call it that, the last match point for Team Rain, and they're going to be absolutely kicking themselves if this turns out as a draw. And I think Clown will be, you know, unhappy with the overall result, but really happy with themselves that they're going to have got this far. Even, to be honest, even if they lose 7-5, I think they're going to be really happy with the result from their defensive half to bring it back like this. Not every day you see a attacker favoured Clubhouse. In other news, I got ID'd for a Mountain Dew today, and I'm 23. And the worst part about it is I didn't even have my ID, so I had to put it back. So, if you want to feel good about yourself today, there's a little personal anecdote for you
Attackers
to
need to locate and
digest.
defuse as many bombs as they can.
Now, I think they've realised that actually that church strategy may just be a good off pick, not quite suitable for a permanent strategy for church. So going back
Attackers
to
have located a
CCTV
bomb.
now, despite how well that church hold did go for their first round, I do think CCTV hold is probably better for them. They
Attackers have
didn't lose
discovered the
it
location of a bomb.
too
10
badly the
seconds to
second
go.
time around. I mean, it looked bad because I think it was a 4v1 in the post plant.
5 seconds
But
left.
if a few kills had gone the other way early in the round, then I think it would have been a very different
Attackers are
round. Whereas,
moving to defuse
whereas
the
that
bomb.
one was really just to kind of drop sight and exploit the weaknesses of the strategy to be able to get that plant down on church. Whereas I don't think that this strategy kind of has those same holes in it. Pretty standard setup for CC. There's not too much you can really change about it. So. They have actually opted to go with this bandit now, and I like this. I was just thinking, I hope he doesn't go for that main wall because they've actually been doing okay, even with that breach open. And he's opted to go for this construction wall instead, so if Thermite's not careful, he's going to lose his second breach charge here. Let's see where he's playing. Still does have one in pocket, and yeah, here he goes. I think he's about to fall right into the hands of this bandit. Although, I don't... Has he been quick enough to get that? He's not. That's poor. I'm not sure how he didn't hear that exothermic charge getting placed there. I mean, he's literally stood there with the battery in his hand. I'm not sure what else he was even listening to, if not waiting for the thermite charge to be placed down. Could just be Siege. We all know how Siege game sound can be. Don't want to discredit him too much, but that's a little bit of an oversight. And now this is looking pretty good for Clown. You got 3 players over on the master side, and Sleepy just looking at this construction breach. I'd like to find out where Amin is as their thermite player. Just chilling on the roof. I think he's just deciding which way he wants to push. Omega picking up the entry kill. Now this is really looking good for Clown. I think hearts will be racing. Juice is flowing. Omega's really turned it on since those last 3 rounds. The first 3 rounds. And like I said, when Omega plays well, Clown play well, and they are really bringing it back here. Another pick for Boggers here, 3v5. I think Rain may be shaking in their boots a little bit here. Legit just managed to pick up one, but this flank from Boggers on red could really pay out here. Oh, just tapping that booty, but can't quite finish off the kill. But Sleepy Guy does manage to find one more, as he does get traded out by the random bar guy name. He does get downed in the process, so now that's a 3v1. 10 seconds on the board. The last player playing in Garage, and those shots there are going to be called out by Boggers, and that means going to stick the plant. Oh, a little bit of a whiff there, but no worries. Plant's still going down. He has managed to get it. 2v1 now. This is very clutchable. See what he can do here. He's going to go for a bit of a crazy play here and go into construction. And oh, he just doesn't quite see the thermite. I mean, picking up the last kill. And what a game we've had there, ladies and gentlemen. Completely back and forth. Team Rain dominating the first half. Kind of dominating the first half of their defenses as well. And then Rain just saying, Clown just saying, you know what, we ain't losing this. Let's get a draw. And that's exactly what they've done. And that's just saved them from dropping below Team Rain in the table. At the start of that match, it really looked like Team Rain would manage to get the 3 points to just go above them, and I think they would only be above them on round difference had they won that game. In fact, no, they still would have been below them even on round difference. So Clam would have secured their place above them, but now they're still 3 points clear of Team Rain. But fortunately for Team Rain, they are picking up their first point of the season. So congratulations to them. They did play excellently throughout that game. Just kind of let it go a little bit towards the end there. Well, thank you everybody who tuned in. Wasn't a particularly popular game today, but for the about 6 or 7 people who did tune in, thanks for checking out the stream. Have a nice rest of the night and goodbye.